All right. Welcome, everybody. This is Ace Attorney Investigations Part 2. I forget the fucking. A Turnabout Forsaken. Um, yeah, this is probably gonna be my last stream for the day. But get going. Get to it. April 5th. Okay. She's not here either. Where are you? Knockity knock knock. Special visitor. Bender. Whoa, talk about an unhappy face. Everything okay, big guy? You won't earn yourself too many admirers looking like that. What are you doing here? Has something happened? Has something happened, he asks? I'll say. It's been all over the news. A murder in the committee chamber? I'd call that a happening, alright. What with your hearing being today, I thought, well, I couldn't help wondering if you were involved. They're reporting it on the news already? Heck yeah, a dead lawyer? A young woman on the run? They're lapping it up. It's crazy stuff, but compelling too, I gotta admit. So are you gonna give me the lowdown or what? Well, actually... Whoa! Maybe warn a guy before blowing his mind next time. You're crazier than I thought. This isn't a joke, Bender. Kay's out there somewhere all alone and without her memory. Not to mention being a suspect in a murder. That definitely doesn't make things any easier. But where the heck could she have gotten to? You sure she doesn't remember Zip? I thought she might have come here, but no luck, huh? I'm surprised. Sounds like she thinks she's done you wrong. I wouldn't want to cause you even more trouble by rocking up on your doorstep. You think I don't know that? But I'm out of places to look. Hey, take a chill pill, compadre. This isn't like you. You're wound up tighter than a clockwork monkey. Nothing bad thing, necessarily. After all, it's got even you running from pillar to post looking to save an innocent girl from jail. Acting like the attorney I know you were born to be. Look, Fender, I may have given up my badge earlier. That doesn't mean I've decided to become an attorney. However, Kay isn't just some suspect in a murder to me. She's somebody I've come to know very well. Even if we've only been acquainted for a short while. She'd never harm a fly, let alone another person. Blow my mind twice in 5 minutes, why don't you? Kid's lucky to have you in her corner, champ. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but that's quite the bond that sprung up between the two of you. Not to give me and your old man's a run for its money. It's nothing like that, really. She just likes to involve herself in my affairs. You can say that again. From what I've seen, she likes to charge into things no holds barred. She's done you some good, I can tell. You two make a great team. I can't say I'm not a little jealous, seeing as my partner in crime's no longer around. Anyway, you need to track her down. Connections like that don't grow on trees. I should know. Alright, how about this for a plan? You're fresh out of ideas about where she could be. You can't just walk the street shouting her name. Why not go back to the source? Look into how she lost her memory in the first place. You might just turn up some clues that'll help narrow things down. That's not a bad idea. Based on what you told us, it sounds like it all started at the big building. That's where we're headed. Next stop, the big time. Maybe you can give your face the good news on the way. Kay won't come frolicking back into the fold if the first thing she sees is you scowling like that. Very funny. Thunder is truly a force of nature all on his own. The sun sure set quickly. Not even a murder on the premises can make this place close its doors. Gotta chase that last dollar, huh? Hardly anybody around, though. Guess we got the whole place to ourselves. First step towards proving Kay's innocence is to figure out how she lost her memory. Earth to Miles. We got sleuthing to do. This rooftop paradise is all ours. So let's focus up and do what we're good at Kay. Do what we're good at for Kay. Oh, and do what we're good at for Kay, alright? Do what we're good at, huh? I suppose I should be grateful there's at least something we can do. It's a pretty sizable cherry tree. Its flowers are just on the cusp of a full moon. According to what Kay told us, she was standing beneath this tree until she was pushed and fell. Yeah, we need to. Why don't we make this fence a little higher? I should not be able to bloody see over bricks. No, it couldn't have been. So the person in the raincoat that Kay saw supposedly approached her from the direction of the confession, which would suggest that she was pushed over this railing. The railing is chest high. You have to try really hard to go tumbling off the edge of it. Everything looks sturdy enough, too. Mr. Edgeworth, we meet again. What are you two doing up here? Well, seeing as we came all this way, we thought we might as well enjoy some cotton candy. What the heck are you doing here? You gonna get yourself into even more hot water? Don't worry about me, Miss Dr. Hertz. I'll be just fine. Whatever you say, soon to be ex-prosecutor turned ex-prosecutor turned ex-prosecutor. Saw that coming a mile off. Wait, what? You got fired? As I said, you need to concern yourself with my affairs. If you say so. So, how's Kay doing? Uh-oh. Something happened? Maybe I can help? How about an injection? No injections. Fortunately, a jab a day does not keep the world's troubles at bay. Yeah, it did get kind of chilly, huh? Come on, let's head home. Alright then, Mr. Edgeworth. Catch you again soon. She's so frail at 60. Hey, you. Yeah, you. How about some delicious parting clouds cotton candy to brighten your day? Parting clouds? The name for the fact that we're so close to the clouds up here? Our gimmick is we take a normal serving of cotton candy and we split it in half. Part it. Half the candy, same price, double the profit. And we're laughing all the way to the bank. The customs will not be sharing that information quite so freely. Eek. Hi. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just lying in wait. That would make you a criminal, okay? Perhaps you meant to say lying low? Oh, yes, that. Nevertheless, I doubt people will look kindly on a suspect haunting the site of her supposed crime. Surely you understand that, even in her current state. On top of which, while you've been playing hide and go seek, I've been worried sick and frantically trying to find you. Mad at me? Of course I am. Now, what were you thinking coming back here? Did you think your your amnesia would excuse your recklessness? No. I came to try and help you get your badge back. What? I thought if I could get my memory back, I might be able to remember killing that poor woman. I thought if I came back to where I lost my memory, maybe I could... Huh. There's one thing you haven't lost, you know? Your ability to surpass my expectations at every turn. I couldn't be more certain now that you're the Kay I know so very well. However, I don't appreciate you being so reckless, do you hear me? Sorry. Thirsty Miles, you're killing me here. You were banking good guy points, and then you went and blew it by blowing your top. Good to see you, kiddo. Glad to see you're safe. Come on, bring it in. That's the scary. Not now, Fender. Yeesh, I was just trying to lighten the mood. Live news from the big building where a shocking murder took place earlier today. Police continue their hunt for a young woman known to have been present at the scene. She's considered the prime suspect. The police say no effort is being spared in trying to track her down. Well, they're not messing around. Well, team, what's the plan? Looks like the clock's ticking down and fast. It's a matter of time before they find us. Alright, first things first. Okay, you're sticking with us from now on, capiche? I've caused you so much trouble already. Hardly make things any worse for me at this point. Your edger. Then it's settled. We're in this together, like three musketeers. Miles here will be in charge of proving Kay innocent. And I will. I'm gonna need you to do everything to help him with this investigation. Okay, Kay? Yes, of course. Great, now we gotta move quick. We can't be getting bagged by the boys in blue before we've even started. You may not have any more to lose, but your employee sure does. Gregor would never forgive me if I got the family office shut down. Thank you, Mr. Fender. I'm sure I owe you more than I'll really ever. As you can see, they're still hard at work up top the 50th floor. That's where the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence holds their disciplinary hearing, correct? That's right. There have been people walking by the windows all evening. This one is serious. This is one serious investigation. This doesn't make our chances of getting out of here with Kay any rosier. We'll have to find a way to slip past the press. I'm a cool and mysterious customer, Miles Areno, but I'm no spy. Decoy if things get desperate. Okay, whatever you're thinking, quit it. I can tell it doesn't end well for me. I must scour the scene. There's a contradiction here, hiding in plain sight. Eureka! Question, how many floors does this building have? Easy, 50, right? And ironic that just a few feet above where the committee works its ugly little schemes is a place where starry-eyed young romantics come to wish for everlasting smoochy times. But then, what's that dark space above the 50th floor? The gloomy underbelly of love? Wait a minute. Exactly, the committee chamber is supposed to be on the top floor, directly beneath the platform. But it actually appears to be located one floor below that. Clearly contradicting the supposed facts. Whoever read the pamphlet made a mistake? No, I don't think so. Call me crazy, but there appears to be a hidden 51st floor. gloomy underbelly of love? Ah, my heart. You didn't need to take it quite so literally, Kay. Good. Then perhaps we can take this more seriously instead. Come on, have you met me, Miles? That might be easier said than done. It'll still be easier than trying to enjoy your so-called trip. I hope I've been of help to you so far. Came back here because I thought it might jog my memory. How about we go over what you remember one more time? Okay, I was standing under the tree, sheltering from rain. Then I saw a person in a red raincoat, and then they pushed me. Remember anything specific about the person in the raincoat? Sorry, Oh, but there is one thing. I could see the moon over their shoulder as they came closer and closer. The moon? Yes. It's all very fuzzy, but it's in the exact same place as it is right now. Floating up there above the cherry blossom. It was visible over the mysterious figure. That's new information, I should. I keep feeling like there's something on the edge of my mind. There is? Maybe the clue we need. Alright, let it float to the top of your mind and say whatever comes into your thoughts. Alright, I'm seeing very faint, but seeing a small restaurant. Just a counter and some seeds, and there's this incredible smell. Beautiful golden soup. Too thick? It's just right. Filled with delicious meat. They're firm, but not too firm. That's when a thought crossed my mind. I'm gonna order another bowl. Captivating memory, but sadly one that has nothing to do with this. You used to say you were the second great thief Utagarasu. A noble outlaw, dedicated to stealing the truth. Do you really not remember any of that? I think you're right. I was a noble. Not a noble, Kay. A noble outlaw. Still, I suppose you got halfway there. Thinking back over what Kay has said, the person in the raincoat approached her from the direction of the concession stand, which implies that she was pushed over the railing on the side opposite the stand. She also said that she could see the moon over this person's shoulder. But when we checked just now, the moon was in a different location than expected. Yet, Kay claims it's currently in the same spot in the sky as on the night of the incident. This throws the positions of the moon and the person in the raincoat out of alignment with her story. I think her memories may have become confused somehow. What's more, if she really had been pushed over that railing, she would have never survived the fall. Therefore, I must conclude that she may not have fallen where she thought she did. May have fallen, Kay, but it wouldn't have been over that railing. Because if you had, you wouldn't be alive now to tell the tale. But I definitely remember standing under that tree. If I was pushed, the only way I could have fallen is over that railing, isn't it? Not unless the ground opened up and swallowed you whole. The ground can just open up like that? How? My bad, my bad. Not a joking matter. Sorry, kiddo. But it may also be closer to the truth than you think, Mr. Fender. Let's take another look at the ground in that area. There's a chance we might have missed something. You couldn't have fallen over the railing. Where did you fall? Must be a clue around here somewhere. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Ding, ding, ding. What's this? Looks like a service hatch. Okay, do you think you might have fallen down here instead? Nah, you'd never be as clumsy as that. Sorry, I just can't say one way or the other. My bad, kiddo. Just another one of my silly musings. You don't have to take me so seriously, you know. I don't? Never? Well, maybe not never. If I told you to leap lyrically into my arms. Fender. Chill, Miles Areno. Where's your sense of whimsy? So, never then. Ouch. Talk about a deep cut. How has no one noticed the floor between the 50th and the viewing platform until just now? They got me there. Kinda hard to hide a set of stairs going up to it, if you ask me. That's precisely it. Things like stairs that are normally out in the open, going unnoticed by people, seems a bit implausible. Which can only mean that the 51st floor is no ordinary floor and can't be reached by ordinary means. Then we'll just have to reach it through extraordinary means, right? I don't know about extraordinary means. Let's go for unconventional? Consider, if you will, the hatch we found by the cherry tree. What would you expect to find on the other side of such a hatch? A room of kind, perhaps? Oh, a secret room. Now you're talking my language. Let's go take a look. Alright, here we go. What is this place? Look at all that stuff down there. Is it a storeroom? Whatever it is, I think we can safely say this is where you... Go team. Strike one mystery off the list. Yes, but the greater mystery of Kay's memory loss remains unsolved. The red rain-coated figure who can walk on air to account for, among other things. Hey, can't a guy in bask in his success for a second? We found a hidden storeroom. I vote we scooch on down and check it out. We have pretty much exhausted everything up here. Can't hurt to take a look. Is that you, Mr. Edgeworth? Emma, what are you doing here? I heard about what happened from Detective Gumshoe. I was in the area, so I thought I'd come by and see what's going on. This is Emma Skye. She's a high school student, carefully studying in Europe to become a forensic scientist. The younger sister of a former superior of mine, who also stood in court together. The detective called me up in a panic. He said your badge fell off in the big building, that Kay was in a man's suit, and... Hold it right there. Didn't you just leave to go back to Europe a few days ago? And you're back again already? Yep, I'm here with one of my professors. But not to do any schoolwork or anything, just some interpreting. Shouldn't be off doing that instead of gallivanting around a crime scene? Oh, it's fine. There's this wonderful thing called body language, after all. It's not actual language, Emma. Never mind me. This is about Kay. How is she? Where is she? Aw, shucks. Isn't that sweet, Kay, my sir? Your little friend is worried about you. Yes. Don't tell me you got a new assistant, Mr. Edgeworth. Very funny, young lady. It's actually the other way around, I'll have you know. Eddie Fender, attorney at law. Senior partner, Edgeworth and Co. Law Office. Edgeworth? So you are his assistant. Wait, attorney? Since when were you a defense attorney? I'm not... It's complicated as an understatement. Let's not sweat the details for now, yeah? First things first. But an attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Really? Oof. It's not like I'm not in here. What is this? Some kind of weird experiment? Perhaps we should head down below. I'll explain there. I agree. The police could be here any minute. Who's this? I'll explain later, Emma. Come on. Time to go. Oh, alright. Better explain yourself, Mr. Hotshot Pro Attorney. Trust me, I'll explain that too. Okery dokery doo. Down the hatch we go. That'd be okery dokery dough. Down the hatch we go. Alright, let's get going. April 5th, 7:06 p.m. Where are we? Where the hell are we? I don't know. It's dark as a grave down here. Can't see the nose in front of my roguishly handsome face. Watch your step, Emma. Oh, only Emma. But Kay and Fender. Ouch, I hit my head on something. Make your way down slowly, Kay. I don't want you to slip. Oh, yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. We like Kay, but fuck Fender. There's gotta be a light switch here somewhere. Ah, bingo. Oh, what? This is... So the hidden 51st floor really is being used as a storeroom. We'll need to take a careful look over all these items. I don't know what's going on. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, you promised me an explanation or three. I did indeed. Where to even start? Wow. Lots been happening, huh? What a case. Not supposed to fill you with excitement, Emma. Seems you've gotten yourself into a real pickle, Mr. Prosecutor Attorney. I'm not an attorney or a prosecutor anymore. Well, whatever you are, I think it's time for science to lend a helping hand. Don't worry, I brought my entire kit with me. Well, if you're sure. Are you kidding? I live for moments like this. Here, let's make this all official. Good working with you again, Mr. Edgeworth. And you, Miss Sky. I like Emma. And then there were 4. Right, everyone, let's get to work. I want to know where the elevator goes. Looks like it goes down. It's something we'll certainly want to investigate further, but we should look around up here first. Aye, aye, Captain. Oh. Let me know if you find anything juicy. I'll keep trying to see what I can remember. I'll let you know if anything comes to mind. Thank you, Kenny. Emma? Ready, willing, and able to investigate, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well. Then let's begin. Let us begin. Alright, so let's take a look at what's going on down here. There's these masks. That's the Steel Samurai stuff. There's... Oh god, okay, so the Iron Infant made its way here. The Residence plushie. remember that purple flag. Almost looks like a prayer mat. The perfume bottle. Don't remember. I don't remember that yellow thing. Those are some tapes. The mobile. The weird box. Some trophies and a walkie-talkie. Okay, so that circle thing kind of looks familiar, but I can't place it. That's from the plane. That suitcase is from the plane. That giant painting is from, I believe, what's it's called? Attorney Office, which was not in either of these games. And Shmoney. Whatever the hell that thing is. It's kind of creepy. All these masks lined up in here in the dark. Not a fan of horror movies, I take it. No way. That stuff's so unscientific. I think you mispronounced terrifying. I know what I said. I'm gonna scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Oh. Let's see. I don't remember any of the top row or that first thing in the bottom row, but the rest of them I kind of remember. But Eureka! Kay was carrying a jammin' ninja mask when she was found. But it looks like it might have originally come from this hook. Scientifically speaking, that doesn't seem like a crazy hypothesis. Would you mean that Kay was really here? As you put it, not a crazy hypothesis. But why? Did she come to steal something, maybe? There's all kinds of stuff here. Because she's a great thief who steals the truth, I suppose. No, I think it's too early to jump to any conclusions. These are... Oh, that gold thing's the lamp. The lamp that glowed green. Remember that? And that safe is probably the safe that... Okay, yeah. Why is that plushie so expensive? What's the matter, Edgeworth? If I'm not mistaken, several of the items on display here are pieces of evidence from old cases of mine. But what are they doing here? Maybe this is where the committee stores stuff it's looking into? It can't be. Evidence like this is stored at the police department. They don't keep stuff at the prosecutor's office too? When a case is ongoing, yes. But once the last trial has finished up, it's supposed to go right back to the precinct, unless there's a very good reason for it to go elsewhere. And yet, here it all is. There's no point in trying to figure out the whys right now. I should take a closer look at it all. They'll have labels. Labels with numbers printed on them. Exhibit numbers, maybe? You said they were all pieces of evidence, right? Yes, but judging by how the numbers are written and by the items themselves, I'd guess these are prices. But prices? I would have never guessed that. Wait, but none of this stuff could be worth that much money, could it? The prices are very high indeed. It's no wonder she's surprised. Must examine all of these in detail. Oh, isn't he a cutie? Look at this fluffy little guy. That's the stuffed animal we found at Gord Lake. He should be in the possession of the prosecutor in charge of that case. So how did he wind up here? Aw, but look! He's missing his left horn. He is, but he never had it in the first place. At least not as far as we ever saw. Defective merchandise, huh? Then we need to contact the manufacturer. Oh, we need to contact the manufacturer. I demand a recall. My brain didn't register manufacturer because I said it. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, and I'm like, what word is that? That's not a real word. Now that I come to think of it, why would anyone give the president a broken toy to begin with? It was his favorite toy way back when. So this storeroom is actually more of a stock room? It would seem so. Much as it pains me to consider such a thing. What kind of person sells off evidence from serious criminal cases? And who to? Who would even want to pay for all this stuff? Somebody, clearly. Price tags are proof of that. Wow, people will collect anything, huh? Fascinating. That's odd. This is the only spot with nothing on it. But it still has one of those signs in front of it. Indeed. And look, there's an outline in the dust on top of the cloth. I'd say somebody was probably sitting there until something was probably sitting there until quite recently, wouldn't you? Oh, I see. You know what? I think you might be right. But, I'm drawing a blank trying to imagine what. Oh, I might have an idea. Star-shaped outline. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might well be connected? The outline in the dust matches the bottom of the candelabrum exactly. I'd say there's a very strong chance that this is where our murderer took it from. Which would mean the candelabrum was evidence from another case? It certainly seems likely, but that's not our concern right now. The key thing to note is that the murder weapon was taken from this storeroom. I don't remember the candelabrum in anything. And it doesn't matter, but... Money. Piles of banknotes just left out for all to see. A little tasteless, wouldn't you say? No way! These are all $100 bills. That's a fortune right there. There's no chance of that. How many years would it take for you to make that much money, Mr. Edgeworth? Please, Emma, I don't even want to think about it. Money. Better make that shmoney. We've seen items of old evidence marked with price tags along with a huge pile of cash. I think it's pretty clear that somebody has been running an illicit trade in judicial goods. Shady deals on a hidden 51st floor? This is big. It has to be, right? I think it might be, but we'll need to investigate a little further yet. We need to find out more about what's going on here. If only there was an eyewitness we could interview. What is that giant head thing? It's the head of the great Mrs. Monkey. I remember the case well. But how did they even get it up here? Huh? Mrs. Monkey? That doesn't sound right. Are you sure you didn't get the name wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Or misremembered it somehow? Don't be ridiculous. As if I'd ever make such a mistake. Yeah, it was Mr. Monkey, right? The statue. What is it? Got some new data for me? Not exactly. It's just something from a case I worked on. A piece of evidence. I believe it's called the Alfred statue. There were two of them. A real one and a fake. Whichever one this is, it shouldn't be here of all places. No case, huh? Guess you must have worked on a bunch of different... Huh? Gotcha! Caught in the act, red dang handed. Guiltier than a tomcat covered in cream. My eyes. Stop that at once. Ain't no stopping my snapping. Not till I got every dang detail and then some. Y'all think I'm about to let a bunch of dirty criminals go before I get the shot? Think again. We're not criminals. Yeah, sure. Pull the other one. It's got bells on. This here camera's a weapon of justice. It ain't about to be hornswoggled by your cheap denial. Hornswoggled? I don't know what that means. I think I can figure it out from context, but... Hornswoggle. Get the better of someone by cheating or deception. Yep. Oh, it's you. Huh? You're that low-down dirty jerk of a prosecutor, ain't you? Who you calling low-down dirty jerk? This is a lot of heart. A photojournalist by trade. We've crossed paths on a few occasions, especially on that one particular case. Oh yeah, the one at the lake. Not in this game. She's hard to forget, and even harder to get a word in edgewise with. Oh, is that why his name's Edgeworth? Quit making that face, will you? That's the face of a no-good schemer if I ever saw one. I didn't leave the best impressions on her either. It's payback time, Mr. Schemer. You ought to be thankful all I want from you is a couple pictures. There's a couple of pictures. Well, we're just here to investigate. Sure you are. If by investigate you mean pull the wool over a lot of mile-wide eyes. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought you might listen to me. It didn't hurt to try, I guess. But we're probably better off leaving her alone for now. Well, it says to talk to her, so... What we're gonna do? Why exactly are you here, Miss Hart? Me? I told you, I'm in it for the truth. For the good of society. And for little of me, of course. I'm a photographer for the people. For the people? If you won't tell me the real reason you're here, perhaps I can hazard a guess. Somebody was carrying out an illicit police evidence trafficking scheme here in the storeroom. Oh, so she's after a juicy story. Makes sense. What? How did y'all figure that out? Guess it means I don't have to tippy-toe around it anymore now. One of my sources told me on the down low about an underground auction. This is 51 stories high. That's hardly under. What? So all the items here were sold to the highest bidder. Folks was slinging money around like it was going out of fashion. Had to come see for myself, of course. Get eyes on my subject, you know? Should have heard the tales my contact was telling. Probably the two truths, or so I thought at first. Anyhow, I wasn't about to write it up based on hearsay alone. So yesterday I snuck in, slunk behind this here statue, and settled in to wait. Bidding started late at night and carried right on through to the break of dawn. The auction and the murder happened on the same night. Coincidence? I think not. Underground action. Dirty deals in a secret storeroom. Talk about a story. Was there anything else on sale apart from the items of evidence in this room? Sure, there was regular old stuff too. Shady artworks from who knows where, that kind of thing. In what way are shady artworks regular exactly? But the evidence was the big draw for sure. Oh my god. Reckon they were selling them faster than the crooks could smuggle them out the cop and prosecutor shops. And I'll bet you got pictures of the whole thing, right, Miss Hart? Well, you see, the main event was down below. I had to try to see what I could from up here. Having been up here yesterday, I assume you witnessed the entire auction from start to finish then? It was an underground affair, like I said, so folks wasn't exactly giving much away. All them customers came down one at a time from up on the roof there. Threw on masks just as soon as they got down the ladder, and that ain't all. They had voice changer doodads on them, see? Teeny tiny ones, dinkier than a bug's behind. So you couldn't see their real faces, and you couldn't hear their real voices. Surreptitious as all heck. You mean surreptitious, right? I surely do. Sweet, sweet surreptitude. Also not a word. Anywho, once they had their gear on, they went right down the stairs. Right on downstairs. And then in came the next one. When it came time to leave, they all done the same, but in reverse. Up they came again, one by one by one. What the hell? Masks back on the hook, up the ladder, and away. What the hell? What in the cult? Whoa! That's a serious operation. So, we're gonna need to fingerprint every single one of those masks. Thank you very much. And how many participants were there? 11 altogether. I counted them when they came down the ladder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 12 masks with the Jimmy Ninja. I didn't just hide behind a stupid statue the whole time. You didn't? Then where were you? Well, when I first got here, you know what? That ain't important right now. So you were hiding behind the statue from the very beginning. Anywho, I watched all them folks come in from my spine spot there in the shadows. I see. So you were watching from behind the statue. They used that their elevator to get down below. And once they was all down there, I snuck up and took me a peek of what was going on. You mean the elevator remained in the room beneath? Nah, they set it back up. There's a little peeky hole if you know where to look. Elevator don't quite sit flush with the floor, see? If you bend down and squint just right, you can see the whole shebang. Did you catch sight of who was in charge? Alright, sure, I guess I did. Ain't half so good a story if you don't get a glimpse of the old evil ringleader after all. I wonder who this ringleader is. I'll have to ask her some more. You mentioned a ringleader. Can you tell me any more about them? Y'all should know I came here to get me an exclusive. And an exclusive ain't much dang good if you done spilled the beans already. I see. So you don't actually know anything about them. You think that's why she won't give us an answer? Makes sense, I guess. Oh, you think that's why she won't give us an answer? Oh, you got me. Couldn't see if it was a man or a woman, kid or an old-timer. Nothing. What were they wearing? Could you see that at least? Sure. White jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower on the lapel. Them 3 things is what I remember. What good's a description of the outfit if I don't got a clue who was wearing it? So, this ringleader disguised their identity too, just like everybody else? Sorry? Mask, voice changer, the whole 9 yards. You were wearing one of the masks? Which one? Let me see. Oh yeah, this guy, Zervan. Zervan? What kind of name is that? Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth? You've never heard of Zervan? He's global hero Onion Kapon's arch nemesis. Who hasn't heard of Zervan the Time Lord? Time Lord? Oh dear. That's Doctor Who. I think you might be better off asking who has. So you didn't get a glimpse of their face at all? No, I dang well didn't. Which kind of scotches my scoop. This whole mess has been nothing but a snipe hunt. I should have never come. I wasn't expecting to see the word snipe hunt. We know somebody who was dressed like that. We know somebody who was dressed like that. Maybe I should try showing the evidence to Miss Hart. You said that the ringleader was wearing a white jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower, correct? Sure did. Don't ask me why they was dressed up like a peacock on parade day, but they was. Is this the outfit you saw? Well, holy smokes! It sure as heck is. But wait, so the big cheese is dead? All we know is that she is the victim in the case we're investigating. Her name was Rosie Ringer. You know her? Nope. So the ringleader was a lady. Oh, ringleader. Well, ain't that just slipperier than a danged eel? Throwing me off with a man's jacket like that. Hence why the buttons were on the wrong side. Oh, gotta do the finger. I hardly think she did it to you specifically. But setting that aside for now, what's important is that we've discovered something vital to this case. Namely that the underground auction was chaired by none other than our victim. So somebody done bumped off the boss, huh? And that's what was happening. When what was happening? Oh, nothing at all? Y'all just go about your business now. Nonsense, Miss Hart. That made you sound about 5 times more suspicious. Suspicious, my foot! I told y'all it's nothing. You won't get nothing more out of me than that. Wait, so there is more. How many dang times do I gotta tell ya? It ain't nothing, okay? I ain't saying nothing either way. Aw, you can't tell us just a little more? Pretty please. I'll tell you this, okay? I'm a journalist, a news hound, a scoop hunter. You hear? Exclusive articles go out, money comes in. That's how the game is played. I'll tell you more. Heck, I done told you too much already. Wait, what if I, examine some fingerprints for you? Pro bono. What kind of cockamamie thank you is that? I'd sooner get a tooth pulled. You want intel? You go dig it up yourself, just like I had to. Ugh, bitch. Okay, guess she isn't going to talk to either of us. Guess she isn't gonna talk to either of us. Oh, she will. I'll handle things from here, Emma. There's a certain technique I find useful when dealing with difficult customers such as her. She may not give up the information voluntarily, but that doesn't mean she can't be persuaded to. Dun, dun, dun! Let's start by observing our opponent. I'm telling y'all nothing, you hear? Now quit wasting my time before I really blow a fuse. As we've seen, she's very quick-tempered. She'll try to cut the conversation dead wherever possible. I won't have much time to think, so I'll need to be swift and decisive. This heart is definitely hiding something from me. So my first move is to discover what that something is. My just commence. I can see you're a little agitated, Miss Hart. Let's just calm down, but I am calm, dang you. Leastways, I will be just as soon as y'all quit yanking my dang chain. That's better. Being a news hound's all about keeping a cool head no matter what the world throws at you, see? Speaking of news hounds, this might interest you. I met one a few days ago. She was a very hungry young reporter indeed. A reporter with a very particular turn of phrase, similar to your own, in fact. Oh, yeah? She spoke like me, huh? Guess that could have been someone I know. Her name was Tabby Lloyd. And if I had closed my eyes, I could have believed I was listening to you. She told me about somebody she called the Chief. She's talking about you, wasn't she? Oh, y'all met Tabby, huh? Well, ain't that something? Where'd y'all bump into her? She's a great kid, reckon. Wait, oh, no you don't. You ain't getting on my good side bringing her into this, you sneaky snake. Oh, you nearly had me, too. Interesting. Talking about Miss Lloyd seemed to make her lower her guard a little. I think we can use that to our advantage. I need you to tell me everything you know, and don't you dare leave anything out. Go jump in a creek, you big bully. Why should I tell you anything? You don't got nothing to do with me, nor me with you neither. I'm the diploma clue. I don't have anything to do with you. That's a little unkind, don't you think? After all, I know your apprentice. I know her pretty well, in fact. Yeah, well, I guess it does seem kind of cold of me to say that if you know her pretty good. Wouldn't want the poor kid thinking I don't give a rat's behind. Good. Then you'll tell us what you know? Fine. She's like this. Got me scared. Wait, what am I thinking? Dang it, Lotta. You can't let a bamboozle you that easy. What was that about a scoop? Forget it. It was nothing. You're on your way to school. How embarrassing. A professional journalist making a careless slip of the tongue. You have a scoop, don't you? Now tell me what it is. Alright, I got me a scoop. A big one. I can't just go blabbing about it to y'all. I got bills to pay. Oh, that's right. She may be hiding something very important. I have to get it out of her somehow. I need to know the details of this scoop. She's quick to anger. She's also quick to let key information slip. Now that we know that, the rest shouldn't be too hard. Let's see what else we can get out of her. This scoop of yours, does it have something to do with the auction? You know what? I clean forget. But you tried to infiltrate an underground auction. It only stands to reason that you observed something. Otherwise, what would you have to write about? I don't know what to tell you. I didn't hear nothing. that mean you did hear the sound of something? Something during your time in this room? Well, see, it was nothing really. Just a little noise is all. Wouldn't even make page 16. Forget I mentioned it. Until something happened during the auction. Something that made a noise or something. Be a valuable clue. Your big scoop involves something criminal in nature, doesn't it? Maybe it did? Might be it did, might be it didn't. Which is it? This is important. Alright. You don't gotta holler at me like that. I ain't done nothing shameful or nothing. Just snuck in and did some undercover reporting. I'll be the judge of whether your actions were shameful or not. Unlawful entry into private property is very shameful indeed. In fact, it's a crime. Hey! You did the exact same thing, genius. Ah, but I guess you're a prosecutor, huh? You're allowed to do stuff like that. Let's not mention the fact that I handed in my badge, shall we? Still, it don't matter a whole hill of beans, right? There's folks out there that have done way worse. Murder for one. Next to murder, trespass ain't hardly nothing. Shit, I'm in the red. Time's going way down fast. From your mutterings about murder just now, I gather that your scheme has something to do with a homicide. Nah, I was just talking all hypothetical like. You know, about murder being the big one and all. Ain't nothing worse than murder. Not the most skillful evasion I've heard in my career. Look, I done told you, okay? I snuck into the auction. I'll cop to that. Murder? I don't know nothing about no murder. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies. Ain't seen nothing, ain't heard nothing. Scout's honor. Time to deploy my clue. You told me you heard something during the auction. You claimed it wasn't important, but it must have been. Otherwise, why remember it? I think it was something very memorable indeed. In fact, I believe it was the cry of a murder victim. How do you keep doing that? Alright, it's true. I wound up smack dab in the middle of a murder scene, but only by accident. That's all you're getting out of me. Won't be no scoop left otherwise. Murder Miss Hart witnessed. It must be the same murder we ourselves have been investigating. That should prove to be a very valuable piece of information indeed. Perhaps we should finish up by confirming the credibility of her claim. Oh, I get all my health back. Good. I was wondering if it would only give me like a portion since I was way low. I'll have her back. Oh, I have her on the back foot now. Time to finish this. You said you wound up in the middle of a murder scene. Is that really true? You're calling me a liar now? Wait, now I'm mad. Real mad. I'm a journalist. How am I gonna sell stories if folks can't trust that I'm telling the truth? I got me a motto, you know? Faster than anybody, honester than everybody. Motto. That could be an important clue. I should bear it in mind. I need you to describe the murder in detail. It's vitally important. Wish I could help y'all, but I don't rightly recall a whole bunch. Much I can tell you. Sorry. I mean, look at me. Can't even get my facts straight half the time. I need to play my clue. I can't imagine that being so vague on the facts is a trait valued among journalists. Surely accuracy and honesty are what's necessary when reporting on a story. Well, see, it seems your so-called information is not credible after all. Look! It was a murder, and I was there. I can even prove it. You can prove it, can you? Ha! I've got it right. Wait, you heard that? I was just talking to myself. Don't think nothing of it. She's still hiding something. This is a very vital clue. I'll need to use it to maximum effect. Be honest, Miss Hart. I know there's something you're still not telling me. Ain't nothing left to tell, dang it. I done spilled my guts already. I know you've been keeping something from me. And that something is proof. Proof related to the murder you witnessed. Proof sound enough to form the basis of a story you're hoping to sell. Dang it all to heck. Give me a break, will ya? I'll come clean, okay? That's what you want, right? Here. I done snapped me a photo. Happy now? You better be. That's checkmate. Check and mate. Can't believe I let that happen, betrayed by my own big mouth. Well, it happened. So, it's time to tell us everything. I saw the whole thing. Watched that auction from start to finish. But you didn't just watch it, right? You took pictures, too. Yeah, about that. So, like I said, I was spying on the whole thing right from the get-go. It was all shouting out bids, then somebody'd win something, and bam! Down comes the hammer. Head on upstairs and pay, shouts the old ringleader. Then the whole thing starts over again. Anyhow, as soon as that happened, I had a quick think. That's when I ran behind that there statue and hid. And who was it that eventually appeared? Didn't see nothing, but I heard something that made me pretty sure it was whoever placed the winning bid. Sweet, sweet sound of cold, hard cash. I'm not sure I have any idea what that sounds like. The sound of someone counting bills, perhaps? Anyhow, the deal was you settled your bills up here. I heard two people yabbering for a while. Wait, so two people came up the elevator? Betcha. My guess is the other one was our friend the ringleader. Anyway, yabber, yabber, yabber. On it goes for a little while, and then, a scream. Well, that shook me up pretty good, so I hunkered down in my hiding place and tried to stay out of sight. So you didn't see the moment of the murder? Nah, but I heard it real good. You didn't try to help who was ever being attacked? Quit trying to be funny, girlie. It don't suit you none. I'm just a dainty little journalist all on her lonesome. You think I was fixing to jump in and save the day? Dainty? Anyhow, then there was a bunch of rustling sounds. Right about when that was happening, I got to feeling pretty bad about what I'd done. That makes sense, I guess. After all, I didn't remember to get out my camera and snap even a single picture. Scoop like that drops right in my lap and I miss it. Somebody ought to tan my hide. Anyhow, then a little more time goes by, and there's this clattering noise. I'm here thinking, gotta get the shot this time, so I grab a real quick one from in the shadows there. Could we see this photograph? Aw, do I have to? Here. That's... the person in the red raincoat! The one who attacked Kay! So Kay's raincoated assailant also attacked the victim here in the storeroom. then proceeded up to the roof where they assaulted Kay. There's only one person in this picture. There's only one person in this picture. Where's the victim? Weird, huh? I wondered the same thing. For two people, there was only one in the shot I got. I didn't see nobody nowhere else in the room, neither. But that's the killer, alright. At least I'm pretty sure it is. So are we saying the victim disappeared? How did you know it was the killer just by looking? Because they're literally red-handed with blood. How else would that get there? The auction just carried on after that? Sure did. They just went right along like nothing had happened. Rich folks is crazier than a box of frogs. I'll never understand how they think. Good, I don't know. Funny, I find journalists a struggle to understand as well. If the storeroom was the actual scene of the crime, then you'd expect the body to have been up here at some point as well. Huh? Well, yeah. Huh? Well, yeah. 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 Well, yeah, I have no idea. But think back to what Miss Hart told us about how the customers left the auction. Remember? Of course. They came up from downstairs, back through the storeroom, and oh! Exactly. Oh. The killer would have had to hide the body in order to avoid its discovery. The question is, where did they hide it? Emma, you'd mind putting your skills to work for me now? I'd love to. You just say what you need and I'll get right on it. Very well. And I'd like you to check for blood residue. A luminol test, in other words. Sure thing. Prepare to witness the power of science. I've never seen anybody's eyes actually sparkle with anticipation before. Alright. How about we test the ladder over there first? Based on Miss Hart's picture, I'd say the person in the red raincoat was about to climb it and make their escape. Which means there's a high chance of a positive result. To test an area, press A. That'll spray a little luminol on it. And if it happens to land on some blood, you'll see it react like this. Ugh. It still feels super raw to see it just appear like that. Anyway, that's a positive, but it's still faint. Spraying it a couple more times should be enough to really make it stand out. Yeah, that brought it out nicely. And made it feel much more made it feel that much more real. Anyway, I think you've got the gist of how to look for blood traces now, right? I'm sure there's still some more to be found, so why don't you give it a try? Here. Yep. And that's how it's done. Take a good look around and see if you can find some other places to test with the luminol. Want to test there? Just spray some luminol on any place. One word, any place. Suspicious. Blood. Mr. Edgeworth, blood! How could it have gotten there? Maybe somebody put something with blood on it in there. Should be the reactions. Let's see what else we can find. Gonna test the lift. You want to test there? You've got a positive. There's blood here. Or there's blood here. But how come? Probably because this is where the murder was actually committed, I'd say. Ooh, looks like some of it dripped through to the floor below, too. I think that's all the blood there is to be found. Alright, then that concludes this phase of our investigation. Blood in the clothes box can only mean one thing. That is where the body was hidden. I'm certain of it. Like, that? Absolutely. Correct. But seeing two that's by each other just is always like, huh? I wonder who won the box in the auction. I haven't the foggiest. Still, it's a very helpful discovery. And you just hold your horses there. There's no way the body could have been in there. What do you mean? I took a look at that there box when I first got in here. It looked to be just about the perfect size for a little hide-and-go-seek if the need arose. Maybe it would have been if I could have opened it. It was wrapped in chains and locked up tight. And I ain't no escamapologist. The murder happened just a little after I scoped it out. So can't nobody have put no body in there. Wrapped in chains and locked up tight, you say? That's odd. Because it doesn't look to be wrapped in chains any longer. Ah, slap my head and call me silly. I swore it was. Slap my head and call me silly. I think we've examined all we can now. Great! Time to see what's waiting down below. Shaking a leg already, are we, Miles? Okie dokie. Hey, K-Meister. Yes, Mr. Fender? We're about ready to move out, so I want you to stick with me, okay? Can't have you getting lost. Of course. I'll be sure to stay close. Those two start getting along so well. Why is she coming with us? Dun, dun. What the hell? Mr. Edgeworth? Way to make an entrance. This room. This is the auction room? No, this is the committee chamber. Way to drop right into my lap, Kay Faraday. You got real guts. I'll give you that. Arrest her, men. Arrest her right now. Wait, but she's... As for the rest of the riffraff, throw them out and onto the streets where they belong. You can't do this. This is going way overboard. Yeah, what she said. Miles, this isn't looking good, I gotta say. See how the blinding light of justice shines on... Yeah. Owie! Why'd she have to hit Gumshoe? What did I do? You'll have to forgive me. I meant to hit a certain cowardly ex-prosecutor. You weren't aiming for him. You were aiming straight at me. Something keeps getting in my way. Something... Yeah. Right there. Franziska. So, what are you doing here, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I still believe Kay to be innocent. And we're supposed to care what you believe? You no longer have the right to an opinion. I am Franziska von Karma. I have no intention of stopping here or now. But you chose to stop by giving up your badge, and so our game has already come to an end. My badge was an obstacle to proceeding along the road I've chosen. I haven't stopped. I've simply cleared the way ahead. Now I'm free to follow that road, all the way to the truth. But don't you think for a second that my conviction has changed. I'm every bit as dedicated as I ever was. You seem to think you know what lies at the end of this road to truth. In that case, I demand that you show me. I'll explain my current theory first, and if your road fails to lead anywhere, my whip will happily guide it. The victim used her key card and entered this chamber with her killer. That was what. She was then stabbed with the candelabrum by the culprit and subsequently died as a result. We know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letter she exchanged with the victim. And we know the location of the murder is here in the committee's trial chamber. The blood on the floor of this room proves my theory. Game, set, and match, Miles Edgeworth, QED. She's pretty confident, huh? She doesn't lack the courage of her convictions, that's for certain. And I gotta say, I can dig that vibe. I could give her a no hard feel. Ooh, she is not playing today. Pathetic. Well, Miles Edgeworth, do you think you can bring my case crashing down around my ears? If you really have found the road to truth, perhaps you'll be so kind as to point me toward it. I'll be happy to. Settle in, Franziska. I'm about to pave that road with incontrovertible evidence. The victim used her key card. Here it goes again. Present, present, present. I've got an answer for you. Maybe fucking not. Wait, hold on. What am I? What? Oh.
Objection!
If I remember correctly, the blood discovered in this room was located at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. Murder under the gaze of the divine, a brazen act, even for a cold-blooded killer. Except that may not be true at all. Take a look at this, if you would. It's a bloodstain we discovered in the storeroom directly above the committee chamber. As you can see, the blood we found looks to have dripped through this room below. And the elevator it dripped down from descends directly to the foot of the statue. Ah, you noticed. Then you'll agree that the murder cannot in fact have happened in this room. I put it to you that the victim was killed in the room above, and only afterward she moved down here. The goddess of justice did not witness a murder. She witnessed a killer trying to cover their tracks. Why is she smiling? Sorry, I was just thinking back to a very similar situation. Well done, Miles Edgeworth. You've proven yourself to be even more foolish than I thought. Mr. Edgeworth is anything but a fool, sir, and you know it. Youch! Why did you know damn well? Have you forgotten the picture you just showed me? Or are you really that airheaded? A cursory glance shows that there was far more blood here in the committee chamber than upstairs. Ouch, whipped and ignored again. Wish I could get some love too. You're trying to tell me that all of the blood dripped down from above, Miles Edgeworth? Possibly. If it had, your storeroom stain would need to be 10 times as big. I say the murder happened down here. There's no way it could have happened anywhere else. As insightful as ever, Franziska. But you played right into my hands. How so? You are correct. There is far less blood upstairs than one would expect. The question is, why? A trifling detail in the face of my previous explanation. Alas, your explanation doesn't account for why there was blood in the storeroom in the first place. Surely you don't think some spatter managed to shoot itself all the way up there, do you? Whoa, like some crazy fountain of blood? No way. No way indeed. It's completely impossible. Yeah, even if you hit like an artery, it's like a shoot. God, that's like 20 plus feet. No way indeed. It's completely impossible. So how about this? What if this explains the difference in the amounts of blood observed? There's far more blood because the victim died of 3 stab wounds. Wounds that would have bled profusely. Exactly. As proven by the amount of blood we found on the room of this floor. That doesn't make any sense. Not if she was stabbed in the storeroom. You said there wasn't much blood up there to begin. He's right. Don't count him out yet on that one. Silence, you half-baked, hair-brained rookie. I mean, listen. As much as I love to see her hit him, he was onto something. Hey, hair-brained is a little... Ah! A stab wound bleeds heaviest at one particular point in time. Oh, I know! When the weapon is removed, right? Precisely. I believe the body was brought down to the committee chamber with the candelabrum still in its chest. And then, when it was finally removed, it created the difference in the amount of blood we see between the 2 locations. But why? What was the killer trying to do? I imagine they were trying to give the impression that the murder happened down here. As we know, Miss Ringer's key card was used late last night. Judging by the time listed in the record, I'd hazard a guess that it was used by the killer when they entered the room to create their elaborate setup. But why would they have needed to do all this in the first place? Perhaps because a person with a face to hide would fear the storeroom being found in the investigation. If they are involved with the underground auction, They couldn't afford to have their dirty secret exposed. Underground auction? You should take a look at the storeroom for yourself. The items up there tell quite a story. One that should more than explain what was going on here last night. It's almost endearing, Miles Edgeworth. How desperately you want to protect your friend. There's something just between the surface of this case. Something bigger than all of us. And Kay's only crime is to have the bad fortune to fall right into the middle of it. That's quite the hyperbolic claim. Or hyperbolic, Miles Edgeworth. Hyperbolic? Me? Surely you're the one making a mountain out of my perfectly reasonable molehill. You're working with Interpol on international cases, so why are you investigating a domestic murder? I'll tell you why. Because this case has something to do with the smuggling ring you've been chasing. You followed the trail of items being smuggled by the ring and wound up here. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that the something I sense isn't related to any of this. I'm very happy to learn that you giving up your badge didn't completely relieve you of your senses. Scruffy here told me about the circumstances that led up to that, by the way. Sorry, sir. I just thought it might help, you know? You did the right thing, detective. So am I right, Franziska? Is this incident part of the broader case you're working? Was the underground auction already on Interpol's radar? Wouldn't you like to know? But you don't need to, and so you won't. Then you knew, didn't you? That the auction was being held here in this chamber. Hey, y'all mind if I butt in for a sec? Your victim over there. The lady in the white. You! Hey, let a gal finish, will you? No good butting in, pain in the you-know-what. Ouch! Well, this leper sure ain't changed her spots. Your testimony is not required, and neither is your presence. What do you mean? I'm a journalist. You can't... Ow. You're a liar is what you are. You lied under the oath that one time. Seems like Miss Von Karma's none too fond of Miss Hart, huh? I don't think she's her biggest fan, no. Well, what's she called? Ringer, right? She was a member of this here committee? Well, she's dressed exactly like the ringleader of that secret auction. Oh, stop it! Stop waking me, dang it. What is the meaning of this interruption? Miles Edgeworth, explain. Miss Hart here helped us out by describing how the auctioneer was dressed. And it seems they were wearing the exact same outfit as the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. That would mean the victim was also the ringleader? Now, how about we just calm down, sir? It seems I have some new information to consider. It's true that I came here to investigate the underground auction and to arrest the head of operations, the auctioneer. But if Miss Hart is to believe the ringleader is dead, I guess that means your journey here today was wasted. I suppose it does. Nonetheless, I, Franziska Von Karma, refuse to leave empty-handed. Time for a rematch, Miles Edgeworth. Fine by me, but you may find that your whip will go sorely underused this round. What a bitch. Fine, I accept your little explanation. That would make the storeroom the actual scene of the crime, yeah? In which case, the murderer is someone connected to the auction. And if the photographer is to believe, the victim was the auctioneer and the culprit was an attendee. The killer lay in wait for the victim in the storeroom, where the exchange of illicit goods was to take place. They then stabbed the victim in the chest with a piece of merchandise, the candelabrum. There, that Does that about sum it up? Because I won't be accepting rebuttals. I'm afraid you might have to. There's a serious hole in your testimony. There is? I didn't spot any. Good thing you're the one in charge here, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright then, time to fight back. You have to win this for us. And I will. Time to take Franziska's testimony to task. Rebuke the rebuttal, the tuttle, and the retuttle, or I don't remember what that quote is. Wait.
Hold it!
How exactly did they manage that, may I ask? His heart was in the storeroom too.
Objection!
Yes, hiding someplace. And if he's in the storeroom himself, you'll know that there are plenty of other places to hide too. So you're saying the killer was hiding out of sight while they awaited their victim's arrival. I believe we can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the auction had concluded. After all, the victim was the auctioneer herself. She would surely have needed to be present throughout the proceedings. Thinks it happened afterward? Would you mind adding that statement to your testimony, Franziska? I believe we can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the auction had concluded.
Objection!
Seems you're one step behind yet again, Franziska. How so? The auctioneer was not, in fact, the victim, and I can prove it. This is the statement Miss Hart gave us. Well, if she made it, it's not much worth the air she used to say it. I done told you I'm a journalist, dagnabbit. My word is ouch. Did I ask you to open your mouth? Double ouch.
Objection!
Girl. Calm down and listen for a second, Franziska. Miss Hart witnessed at least some of the events surrounding the murder. She confirmed that the auction continued even after the murder had occurred. You bet it did. Went right on like nothing had happened at all. How would that have been possible without an auctioneer? It wouldn't, so you see. The victim couldn't have been the auctioneer. She was one of the attendees. No! Get fucked! As I've been saying since the start, there's no way Kay can be the murderer. Because she had been pushed down the hatch by her assailant and knocked unconscious by that time. So then, who is the victim, really? Well, if the auction carried on... if the auction carried on after the murderer, the victim must not have been the auctioneer, but an attendee. That's enough. I know that sound all too well. Order in the courtroom. All rise for the chairman. Oh, there's no need for all that pomp and circumstance, Verity. Please, everyone, feel free to call me Celsius. Yes, that'll do nicely. Alright, Celsius, what are you doing here? Oh, I just stopped by to see how my boneheaded boy was getting along. They say there's all sorts of families, but I'm not sure these two are what they meant. I thought I might need to light a fire under this investigation, but it seems not. The suspect everyone's searching high and low for is right back here where we started. Men, detain the suspect immediately. Wait, Miss Faraday is innocent. Shut your meddling mouth. You're becoming something of a problem, Miles, my boy. I thought I told you. The The committee wants this matter cleared up as soon as possible. It's a matter of trust. We can't have our organization be seen to drag its feet. It's bad for us, and it's bad for me too, personally. Sorry, it must be my age. Your unlawful investigation ends here, and it will not be permitted to resume. In case you have forgotten, you are no longer a prosecutor. You have no authority here. And what's more, there is the matter of you aiding and abetting a suspect. She's right, of course, as always. You really are a godsend, Verity. Everything I do knowingly. If you wish to prosecute me for it, be my guest. But know this. We have uncovered a new suspect. This person here. Miss Faraday was attacked by this.
Overruled!
You can stop right there, Mr. Edward. The raincoat in your picture was discovered nearby a short while ago. The victim's blood was found on the hood, along with some cherry blossom petals. Cherry blossom petals? Yes, they were stuck to the edges of the blood stains, probably due to the blood being fresh at the time. Results came back already, my boy, so there's no mistaking it. The person in your picture is the victim, Rosie Ringer. What? No, this completely undermines our entire case. All our assumptions were based on the person in the red raincoat being the killer. But they were the victim instead. Kay remains at the top of the suspect list. Miss Faraday, you testified to having encountered a person in a red raincoat up on the roof, correct? Yes, I did. We now know that that person was the murder victim. And you were the only person we know of who came into contact with her. Since one of you wound up dead, I think we all know how that counts.
Objection!
No, Kay was attacked by that person. She's the victim here, not the aggressor. As far as I recall, we have yet to see any evidence that proves she was attacked as you claim. And even if such proof existed, Miss Ringer could simply have been acting in self-defense. You can't just jump to conclusions like that. Kay is innocent. But I'm not. Okay? I'm not innocent. I don't want to believe it, but I remembered something. Hearing about the raincoat brought it back. It's just a flash, but I remember what I saw now, right when it happened. The murder, it was me. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Mr. Edgeworth. It was me all along. I'm the murderer. I'm the murderer. Bitch, shut up. No, you're not. You can't be. Then what am I? Why do I have a memory like that? They were on the floor in front of me. There was a pool of blood. Why was I just standing there? Why didn't I do something? I know why. Because I was the killer. The court recognizes the legitimacy of the accused's memories. What? You said you didn't believe her like 5 times.
Overruled!
I commend you on your bravery, Miss Faraday. It will not go unrewarded. Praise be to the goddess of justice for her many blessings.
Objection!
As an official representative of Interpol, I hereby request that the subject
Overruled!
We don't have time for this. We must arrest Kay Faraday this instant. How dare you take that tone with me? This is a gross overreach of authority. I demand you give us more time to investigate. You say my investigation is unlawful? What could be more unlawful than this? Unfortunately, you no longer speak for the law. Indeed you don't. But I do. And while I can't help but be moved by your dedication to your friend, I have to agree with Verity. Speaking of the law, it seems there's one other we must arrest. Ah, yes, I almost forgot. Miles, Miles, Miles. What are you talking about? Wait, what are you talking about? Mr. Edgeworth was just doing his job. He didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't doing squat. By which I mean to say, unfortunately, Miles is no longer serving in any kind of official capacity. You went too far this time, Mr. Edgeworth. You conducted an unlawful investigation. Worse, you aided and abetted the flight of a suspect. You are no longer even an ex-prosecutor. You are a criminal, nothing more. Oh, that reminds me. There was supposed to be a hearing today, wasn't there? Concerning your conduct? I'll make sure it's officially rescheduled for tomorrow, although I fear I already know the outcome. Look at this as an opportunity to reflect on your actions, Miles. A chance to really think long and hard. This court is adjourned. To be continued. Alright. Turnabout Forsaken. The rest of this is kind of long and it's kind of late, so I'm gonna save the rest of this case for tomorrow. Or if you're on YouTube next 2 weeks. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I will see you all later.